Conversation. We are starting our conversation. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our conversation this morning, and today I have a number of guests here. And before I give them a chance to introduce themselves, it's important to know why we are here. For those of us who have been around, you've got a chance to know why this activity has been here. So just a brief. We are marking the International Youth Day on 12th August. This happens every year, and we call this International Youth Week, engaging young people on various issues. And as Siasa Place, we are keen on providing a platform or creating a platform where these young people can interact with their local leaders. And that's why we have the leaders from Kakamega, we have leaders from Busia, we have leaders from Day-Homabay, we have leaders from Kericho, and today also we are lucky to have our executive director here with us to share with us the experiences of the youth and moving forward and committing to the support that Siasa Place has been giving to community-based organizations to further this conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all. Wenye wako mbali mnaweza karibia, kuna viongozi mtaweza kuuliza swali na pia mtaweza kujibiwa. Asante sana. So, I'll begin first with the introduction. And my panel here, it's a simple introduction. You just tell us who you are and what is so dear in your heart when it comes to the young people. Then we pick it up from there. So I'll start from my far right. Karim.
Thank you so much. Is this working?
Yes. Yeah, it's working.
My name is Mlepu Baraza Sami. From the county government of Busia. I work there as a senior administrative officer in the Department of Public Administration and Governance under the Director of Public Administration. Our mandate as the director is to coordinate all the government functions, projects, and programs. So what excites me about the youth is the energy they have shown for the past 2 years and the anger and the desire to have good governance in Kenya. That is really encouraging and is giving you hope that Kenya is heading in the right direction. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That is Omulebu. He has simply emphasized that he's in charge of coordination of county government functions. Karibu sana. Yes, next.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Honorable Peter Walunya, Member of County Assembly in Kakamega from Mumias East. I'm also an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, practicing in Kakamega and across Kenya. Today I'm so happy to join this function by Siasa Place. Today we are expected in Kakamega to host the President for the Youth Forum. We are also having a devolution function in Day-Homabay, but I have chosen, just for the purposes of making bonds and links with the youth, to come and join Siasa Place today so that we can chant the way forward for our youth and on how we can be decision makers in this great country of Kenya. The most important thing that excites me with youth, first of all, personally, when you look at me, I am still a Gen Z.
You are a Gen Z.
And I am always proud to be part and parcel of the youthful Kenyans.
Okay.
And I shall always give priorities of the youth so that we can become part and parcel of decision makers in this country, Kenya. Thank you so much.
Asante sana mheshimiwa kutoka Mumias East.
Okay.
Yes. Karibu.
Thank you very much. The Executive Director, my colleague MCS, all the leaders present, and the youth. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Honorable Timothy Anzete, member of County Assembly, Kakamega, representing the people of Lucia Lubinu in Mumias East Sub-County. First of all, I'll say Happy International Youth Day to you all. Secondly, I want to appreciate the Direct Executive for having such a wonderful vision to bring the youth together in matters leadership. In Kenya, youth have been used as a people wenye wanasambaratisha mambo ya watu wengine, viongozi wengine. When the people call for demonstration, they don't go for adults, they engage youth. Ukweli si ukweli? But now we've reached a point when this enlightenment comes. I know itafika mahali vijana pia sisi tukuwe na decision making when it comes to matters leadership. Now through this awareness is going to impact the entire society, the entire country. And again, maybe madam, I believe that the vision you have, after it has influenced Kenya, it shall go beyond Kenya. Lastly, like for my instance in my ward where I come from, I've seen a number of youths where yamekuja hapa, and I'm very happy that at least joining me coming here to attend the youth siasa place for the first time. Nimepata watu kutoka kwa wodi yangu wamekuja poko wengi sana, na naomba sana tena takule Kakamega tukuje tuungane pamoja, tusaidiane, tutembee pamoja. Kwa maana mimi kama kijana mdogo ama youth ambaye nimechaguliwa na wananchi, naomba sana tusaidiane kwamba vijana wetu wasitumike kwenda kupigia viongozi makelele. Katiba is very clear, the constitution is very clear. It has given us the mandate that if government want to do any project in any community, any area, we must conduct public participation. How shall we conduct public participation when we are being used to heckle leaders, when we are being used to maybe to throw stones? Itafika mahali tutapoteza mwelekeo. Ama namna gani? Asanteni sana.
Asante sana.
Morning. Morning. Saseni. So naitwa Nerima Wako, Director wa Siasa Place. Kwanza ni kuwashukuru nyote for being here. Happy International Youth Day. Najua mimi na kam youth lakini nimeshapitisha hiyo age. Forever young anyway. Forever anyway, let me stop. But Jose, I really hope we have the CBO leaders to come and share what they have managed to do with accountability. Najua mimi nimekaa hapa director wa Siasa Place, lakini kazi imekuwa vijana. The fact that they have held government accountable is so powerful. Hizi picha zote, I'm asking you to take a look at them. And every picture, every county, it's a young person. It's a young person, anaulizia maswali, pesa zinaenda wapi, fedha zinaenda wapi, ushuru zinaenda wapi, na wanataka majibu. Hapo nimeona kuwa vijana wamechange. wamebadilika. Wanasema wanataka Kenya mpya, Kenya yenye wanaweza kufanya kazi na wanalipwa juu ya hiyo kazi, wanaweza kujenga nchi kwa uchumi na kuileta kwa jamii zao. So on that, mimi leo nimekaa hapa kwa panel, but nitasikiza sana, and we will invite the CBO leaders to share their experience and what has happened. To the leaders that are here, thank you so much for coming. It means a lot. Hata nyinyi ungekuwa Kakamega, lakini uko hapa na sisi. And it's just to say that there are leaders in government who want better Kenya. Sio wote ni wabaya. Kuna moja tu ni one term. Lakini sio wote ni wabaya. Okay? So tunawaonyesha kuwa kuna wengine wanataka vijana wawe na maisha poa. Sawa, asanteni.
Asante sana.
Asante Nerima. Happy International Youth Day. Pia mimi kwa majina naitwa Daktari Eric Bett Watchman. Mimi ni mwakilishi wa ward kule Kericho County, ward na ambayo inaitwa Kipchebor ward, sub county ya Inamoi. Niko mulango wa pili kama MCA, na pia mimi ni champion wa change katika society yangu. Mimi naamini kama kiongozi ambaye nimechaguliwa kwamba ile kazi nimepewa na raia ni kubadilisha maisha ya wananchi ikuwe sawa sawa. So I want to thank the youth from Kericho County kwa sababu ya kazi nzuri, the CPOs in Kericho County, for highlighting the challenges we have in our county. And I'm happy today because nimeangalia zile kazi ambazo zimekuwa successful na zile ziko pending. And I want to pledge here kama kiongozi that we'll give you full support, because kazi ya CPOs ni ku-identify mtu kama mimi ambaye niko kwa table. Najua kwa siasa you either on the menu, at the table discussing the agenda, na kama uko kwa meza wewe ni chakula na unakuwa kitoweo. So today I'm here to also confirm that whatever is before us, we shall do it moving forward. Lastly, ni kwamba as you all know, ni kwamba kule zemu za Kericho, we have an issue coming up on Friday ambaye itakuwa so we have a date on Friday. For those of you who are aware, is that on Friday we have a date with the county governor of Kericho County. Is facing an impeachment and is appearing before me and my colleague MCAs to discuss number of challenges facing the county of Kericho. And I believe I will use my rightful mind and analysis to decide the fate of a county governor. I believe when you go deeper, some of the challenges you see here could also be linked to failure by the county governor. So all these things are tied to leadership. And I want to say thank you for having me here today. Asanteni sana, and you have a good day. Thank you.
Asante sana. I think just introduce yourself and your CBO.
My name is Dennis Cheboin from Kericho County, Chairman Youth Connect CBO.
Karibu sana.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bashir Were from Busia County Empowerment and Accountability Champion CBO.
Karibu sana.
Hi, everyone. Lauren Atieno, Siaya County, Dakachana CBO.
Hello. Yes, I'm Eric Ogweno, member of Gweno Boda Boda CBO, Day-Homabay Town Sub-County.
Okay,
I'm the chairman.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eululo Esther, Mias East Sub-County, Isongo Makunga Mala Ward, Limitless Talk Organization. Thank you.
Okay, karibu sana.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elkana Mutai, the youth president, Kericho Youth Bunge Association, CBO.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Antonia Milanoi, Kajiado Youngsters.
Morning all. Evans Otieno, Initiative for Awareness and Development, CBO, Homabay County, in the sub-county.
Okay, Asante.
Good morning all. My name is Ismail Abdul Karim from Slum Peace and Empowerment Center based in Nairobi County.
Good morning everyone. My name is Lami Kouma from Homabay County, Suba North Sub-County.
Okay. Good morning everyone. My name is Victor Tum, Chairperson of Akina Osawa CBO from Kapsao Ward, Kericho County.
Morning, I'm Steve Wanda from Kisumu County, Dona Ubunga CBO.
Good morning everyone. I'm Caleb Marine, Chairman of Ormurani CBO from Kajiado.
Okay.
Good morning all. I'm Clinton Rira, Nyamaya Youth CBO from Nyamira County.
Okay.
Ibrahim Karim, Western Community Development and Empowerment Center, CBO from Mumias East.
Good morning all. My name is Irene Kanana from Meru County, representing Luminous Safe Space.
Okay.
Morning all. I'm Sami Kipunyi from Nairobi, representing Voice of Change, CBO.
Okay.
Good morning all. I am Kevin Kibore, all the way from Wasingishu County number 1, representing Kilimani Buddha CBO.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Sorry for coming late. First of all, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you all to Homabay County, a county of endless potential. I'm Honorable Billy Odhiambo Noah, representing West Kamagak Ward in Homabay County. Karibuni, machiegni uru.
Okay. Through the support of the organization, that is Siasa Place. So just to proceed with this, we are likely to be here around just 30 to 40 minutes, just to share the experiences and also just have a look at how can we move, in moving forward, how can we collaborate with the leaders. We acknowledge that already there is goodwill from the leaders that we've been working with. But then again, moving forward, we need to strengthen that and also have a chance to look at some of the counties that are doing much better. And in their response, I would really wish to understand in their respective counties, with the work they've already done and the work they're already doing, in terms of engaging leaders, how responsive their leaders are, so that the leaders that we have here today can take back the message home and we have a better engagement with them as we proceed to ensure that service delivery is achieved, the standards that is expected in different counties. So moving forward to this conversation, in this particular tent, we have some of the projects from Busia, we have Kericho, we have Homabay, and Kakamega. I would wish to first give priority to the CBOs. And I did indicate that we have both the issues that are being still in the pipeline of advocacy, but then there are also the issues that we can now proudly say they are a success story. So these are not the only projects. It's important I note that. For purposes of this activity, we just printed a few. Like for the successes, we just did 2 per county, and these other ones were around 5. So moving forward to Kericho. And in Kericho, we have different CBOs. I will begin with Dennis. And one of the success stories that I'm aware of, you said you are the chairperson of Youth Connect. You successfully advocated for the tarmacking of Mile 4 road. So the road you could see, from those who cannot see this, before the road was so bad to the extent that Apo Katikati, where the vehicles should be using, it is the pedestrians that were using the middle part of the road. But then now, the vehicles were now using the path for the pedestrians. So, just to find out, how was your experience in advocating for this issue? How long did it take? What did you do? Karim.
Thank you so much, Joseph.
You can stand up because of the signal.
Thank you very much, Joseph. For this road to reach where it is today, for this road to be the way it is today, we underwent several parts. First, we approached the office of the area MP, who is Joseph Cherorot, and he gave us promises that he was going to come and construct. He even gave us a timeline that just give me only 4 weeks, 1 month, and after that 1 month I will have come and constructed the road. But it didn't work. It reached an extent whereby we lost several lives, around 2 lives in this road. One was a teacher who was teaching at Garden Hills Academy. She lost her life in this road because the motorbike was running so much. So before the rider could notice that there was a dangerous pothole, it was too late. So what we did with the community, what we did with the community was that I engaged so much with the passers-by, the people who are using this road, because other people from the other side could not know the challenges that people that the passers-by of this road were using. Yes.
Changanya na Kiswahili kidogo.
Yes, yes.
Ndio kila mtu aweze kupata vizuri.
Sawa.
Yes.
So tulifanya kazi na wakaaji waliokuwa wanatumia huu barabara, kwa sababu tulipowaambia watu wengine wajitokeze tuongelele ambao kuhusu hii barabara, watu wengine hawakuwa wana will kutoka. Wengine walikuwa wanasema tutatoka, kuna kitu mtatupatia. Those were the challenges yenye tulizipitia. Then
first moving into now, okay, after engaging the community,
yes,
the most affected.
Yes, yes.
So what next?
What next? Tukapanga maandamano sasa. Yes.
Yes.
Tukapanga maandamano, tukaenda maandamano na boda wa njia. Then the following week nikapelekwa DCI Londiani to record a statement that I incited the public.
Okay.
Yes.
Ulilala ndani?
Nilienda pale, kuna rafiki wangu anafanya kazi Nairobi, huyo ndio aliniokoa, lakini ningelala ndani.
So the importance of networking, okay?
Yes.
Having a network within this institution pia ni nzuri.
Yes.
It can come handy, but okay, continue.
Yes. So after hiyo maandamano haiku work tena. So kuna siku sasa senator alikuwa anakuja Chepsion Polytechnic kwa harambee ya makanisa.
Okay.
Yes. So what I did, I assembled some of the youths waende kabla kiongozi aongee waulizie kwanza barabara, kwa sababu ilikuwa imeanza kuwa changamoto mzima.
Okay.
So tulipofika hapo we occupy the front seats.
Okay.
So venye senator alitaka aongee, tukamwambia utusaidie kwa hii barabara, and senator akatupatia hakikisho ya kwamba hiyo barabara itatengenezwa in the next 2 days, and venye senator alitaka machines were already on site na kazi ikaanza.
Okay.
Yes.
So as Siasa Place, we are also keen on use of social media. Did the social media play a big role here?
Yes, it played.
Okay.
Yeah. Because tulikuwa, in fact, hiyo social media, Facebook ilitusaidia sana kwa sababu tulikuwa tunatumia kila wakati.
Iliwasaidia aje?
Ilitusaidia kwa sababu ilifikia watu wengi, hasa viongozi. In fact, some of the leaders were inboxing us that we are going to work on it. Just hold on.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know a bit story ya hii barabara.
Yes.
So hawa watu walienda pale for site visit, wakapiga picha, then wakapost pale social media. Then huwa wanatag the relevant leaders. Kama hii barabara, na nikikumbuka vizuri ilileta shida sana with the conversations zenye tulikuwa nazo pale Kericho.
Yes.
Then there were those who were saying what you were saying was not true, but the photos were taken on the site.
Yes.
But then we are happy through both online and offline engagements. Saizi tuko na barabara mzuri sana. Na kwa wale hawajapata nafasi ya kuona hii, tukimaliza hapa tutazirudisha pale na utafute mile 4 road.
Mile 4
success story. Asante sana Bwana Dennis. Asante sana. You see the power of young people. And there's a time during the 2024, June 25th, some people were saying it is a surprise that the young people did what they did. To some of us, it was not a surprise, because we spend most of the time machinally talking to young people, making them understand their role as the change makers to the change they would want to see in their community. So first moving to Homabay County, I see another access road. And this goes to Geno CBO. The chairperson of Geno CBO, alisema Bwana Eric Ogweno. So hii barabara naona kama ni Makongeni Sub-County Hospital. Barabara ilikuwaje?
Yes. To that road leading to Makongeni Level 4 Hospital, for the first time in history, the road was not in good condition. Why am I saying that? The patients who are leading to that hospital were not going there because ukiona ni is like a slope in a slant hivi, na mvua ikinyesha inatoka huko juu na inateremka chini. So there are some ikona potholes ilikuwa mbaya, haikuwa tarmacked. So walikuwa wanaepa kuenda kwa hiyo hospitali juu the road leading to that place is not good. Even wamama wenye wanaenda kuzalisha huko hawaendi. They are not going to give birth there. So the road was not good for them. So what we did as the community, first walikuja na shade, easy shade yenye unaona MCS wanaeka. So boda ward, MCA area this. So the community refused to erect that shade ilikuwa ifaa iwekwe in this side. Sasa tulikataa isiwekwe before waanze kutengeneza hiyo that road leading to the hospital. So the community and the CBOs, the community did not know how to approach the duty bearers. So we as the CBO, we went to the offices. First we wrote the letter, tulipeleka kwa ofisi ya MCA. Juu hii iko under the county. Tulianza na MCA wetu, tukampelekea letter. Akasema vile mnasemanga, we'll revisit. Si mnaona vile mnatuchochanga tukiingia hapo. Walituchocha hivyo tutafanya, hawakufanya. Tukaenda tena, ikakaa watu wakaanza kukosa kwenda kwa hiyo hospitali. Juu ukienda kuangalia the list yenye patients wanakuja hapo, that monitoring list, unapata kama ina depreciate. Ilifanya hata wasiende night time, ilikuwa inafanya ina level 4 na wanafanya daytime. Ukienda usiku unasikia usiende Makongeni juu hakuna madaktari hapo. So hiyo njia daktari ukiwauliza mbona mkuji usiku, wanasema kama wagonjwa ndio wakuji, sasa sisi tukae hapa tufanye nini? But it was true that hawakuwa wanapata the patients due to the bad road. Tangu waanze kufanya hiyo njia ikuwe hivyo, at least the number have increased. Ukiangalia hiyo service charter yao na the letters, the number of the patient may increase. So tulishaenda kwa MCA, hata yeye mwenyewe tulimuita kwa hiyo nini hospitali. The goodness, I'm also a board member of that hospital. So the changamoto yenye the community wanapata, yenye wanasema nilimwambia kwa hiyo hospital. Akadudanganya tena eti I'll do the formation atatengeneza hiyo the hospitali wata improve. Hadi wa leo hajafanya.
Okay.
Yes.
Asante sana Bwana Eric. That is Makongeni Sub-County Hospital. And I also know a bit of a story kuhusu hiyo hospitali. Hiyo sio success story peke yake. Pale ndani hakukuwa na maji. Wakaita depress pale through Siasa Place, Nerima, this team was supported. They did. So we supported them because this issue came up in one of the art expo. Just event kama hitu. So issue ilikuwa raised, viongozi walikuwa pale. I think this road walianza kutengeneza just 3 days after our activity. But then tukafanya mkutano na ward administrator pamoja na hospital administrator as well. So kuzungumzia issue ya hii barabara na pia zile changamoto ambazo zilikuwa pale ndani ya hospitali waliweza kupata zote. Na zaidi ya hii barabara walinunua machines 2. I think ni kitu imekuwa documented last week. Laboratory ilikuwa inafanya. Hiyo maji ilikuwa reconnected this year, I think around February, March. So the hospital has water. So allow me, asante sana for the work you guys are doing. Lastly, let me move to Busia. Tuko na some success stories. Tumekuwa pale Unalami, kuna Lunyofu. This one was being spearheaded by 2 CBOs. Lunyofu by Sangalo Arts, nadhani wako hapa. Na pia tuko na Munana Sigalame Sio Control, hiyo iko Funyula. Kuna CBO pale tuko nayo Abenego. Na pia kuna Bashir hapa. Nataka nipatie nafasi. Pale Busia amekuwa mstari wa mbele sana kupigania service delivery. So just your experience in terms of the issues mmekuwa mkifuatilia pale Busia. So experience imekuwa aje? I know one of your projects hapa tujaweka ya Siwa that you'll be following up and it's a success. Karibu.
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Bashiru, natoka Busia County, na kitu ya kwanza nashukuru Siasa Place, at least walinitoa chini na naweza advocate for good governance Busia County. Kulikuwa na issue ya sewage huko inaitwa Lukonyi, na hiyo ilikuwa affect community na hata watoto wa hiyo shule ya Lukonyi Primary. But hiyo siku tukapanga maandamano na njaa tuko 37 na tukatufua deputy governor Busia County bwana Atho Odera, tukaenda hapo na hiyo ikatengenezwa within 3 days. So hiyo ilikuwa success story, ilikuwa mzuri. Then ya pili kuna hiyo mother to child loop, na tushaifika huko. Mother to child loop ilikuwa ni mradi ya World Bank, ilikuwa 110 million na ilikuwa imestall. Baada ya kuandika barua kama CBO, sasa iko third phase na inaendelea kazi vizuri, na hiyo ni plus kwa account government ya Busia wafanya kazi mzuri. Kitu ambacho inaniuma, kitu ya kwanza ni Nyalonda dispensary. Nyalonda dispensary ilikuwa officially open 21st of March 2022. Na mpaka saa hizi hiyo hospitali imestall, haina kitu inafanyika hapo ndani saa hizi. Nadhani kiongozi yuko hapa na anaweza tusaidia, kwa sababu waziri wa afya Busia County ni ule deputy governor Busia County. Na imekuwa kila wakati ukienda kwake anatupa tu story. So at least ukiwa hapa umuelezee kwamba services ni kitu ya maana. Stories za campaign, vitu gani anataka kufanya saa hizi achane nazo, na shughuli wanaweza county ya Busia na ndio kitu ya maana. Asanteni.
Okay, asante sana Bashir. Moving to Kakamega, Yulolo.
Thank you so much. Nitaanza na kusema advocacy in my ward haikuwa rahisi because back then we never knew we can advocate for development in our area until Siasa Place came in with the mentorship. I know my MC alishangaa, all of a sudden nimechipuka tu nasanya watu tunamuumiza kichwa, but again you now know where the knowledge came from, right? Yeah. So in my ward tulikuwa na activity last year where we identified road moja ya county, ingine ya national. For the county, we took a letter to the ward admin's office. I approached him personally, and as at now, it's a success story. Mwanzo nilikuwa na mwendea anasema siwezi kuja activities zako because young people wataniitisha pesa na sina pesa ya kugawa community. I was like, we just want you to address us, utuambie this is what I've done na nimefikia hapa na hii ndo support yenu yenye nataka. He was reluctant, akaniambia I can only help you to lobby kule juu, lakini hapa chini ni ngumu with how young people wana behave. So alitusaidia, barabara saizi iko, aliorganize tukaenda public participation just to shout barabara ya Sajel to Lusumu ijengwe, itengenezwe. So he's the one who organized vile tulifika kule, and now it's a success story. And then kwa ile national, what we did inapita kwao actually. So people thought hiyo ni idea yake ya kupanda ndizi, but it was my idea. I was aware our MP alikuwa anakuja Matanga home. I organized around 4 AM, tukapanda ndizi, akashindwa kupita, saizi barabara imelimwa. So currently we have identified other schools, the ECD centers. Kuna zile shule classes zenye hao wanafunzi wa ECD wanasomea ni mbaya. Ukienda Eshisenye kuna jiggers because the floor ni mbaya. The letter is at your office. Ukienda Haimba, classes ziko na potholes, ziko na vumbi. Teachers have to wamwage maji ndo watoto wasome. And then we have Mabanga Primary, Emuhalari, Mtete Modara under you. Hizi shule zote ukienda kwa ECD that is under county aziko sawa. At the CBO we are still there to make sure you get to know ni areas gani aziko sawa, so you will still see more and more letters on your table. So saizi now that you understand ni wapi tunatokea, when you see that letter kindly act on it. Thank you.
Asante sana. Utajuaje ni Esther Yulolo. So let me give Lorraine here atuambia anatoka wapi, CBO, then just briefly because we want to close this, proceed.
Nimeshukuru sana kwa fursa hii. Siasa Place mmetuweka kiwango ile tunasikika. Kwa majina naitwa Lorraine Atieno Omondi kutoka kaunti ya Siaya. CBO ni Dakachana pale North Game. Sasa pale Dakachana tunafanya kazi Game sub county, Ugunja, tumechukua hadi Ugenya, pande hizo zote. Stalled projects zetu tulikuwa tunaangazia, moja ilikuwa ya maji, mtaona pale, na ECDs pia utaona pale, na hospitali. Nikianza na the success story, iko pale mtakuwa mmesoma, just a journey to it. Tulianza wakati hatukujua advocacy ni nini. Siasa Place, thank you. Tukaifanya wakati leaders hawakuamini ya kwamba a youth anaweza muuliza kuhusu a given project. Bado Siaya leaders wanaona kama no, youth asking what? We are busy doing other stuff. So what happened? Reception was not good. Our leaders did not like us. But at some point we also did not know what to do. We write a letter, then we ask our PO from CS, and what next? Direct it to them. So we've brought a letter. They tell us we don't have stamp. Daisy, They do not have stamp. They can't receive our letter. What? Tell them to do. It was that whole rough to us until one point we wrote a letter blindly, escalating this letter all the way mpaka Waziri. Waziri instructed the sub-county MOH, can you go and work with Dakachan? Sub-county came to us, breathing fire. Dakachana, how dare you? This nonsense CBO, mnafanya tunakutwa. What are you saying? Kumbe they had gone and cemented the toilet that wasn't good, the maternity that wasn't good. They went and did away with our evidence. Now they took us to the site and told us, you see, you are lying. These things are in good condition. We said, no, we are not lying. Here are our evidence. They had to go back and now work. That facility today is in good condition. So that was a success. The strategies, also again, advocacy strategies, thank you so much. Siasa Place, from time to time we were getting mentorship from you. Okay. Just to say, to encourage my peer CBOs, okay. Hao viongozi wenye hawawapendi watakuja kuwapenda. Initially the administration did not like us and they told us, Dakachana mnatupiga, Dakachana ugoya. But now, if there is a project pale kwa budget that needs to be pushed, he calls us, Dakachana. Simu mobilize watu waende pale alafu mwende mseme mnataka hii. Kumbe wamejua that you can move something to success. Juzi administration, what admin, mwenye used to run away from us, did not want to receive our letters. Today is the one who is even talking to us. Kuna other projects, and I'm Dakachana, thank you for this. Sasa, next time, this one is taking course. Thank you so much, Siasa Place, and thank you so much for this opportunity, Jose.
Asante sana, Lorraine. I want to speak to people, then we come back to the leaders. In Kericho, there is Kericho County Youth Development Bill. So, Haki na Usawa, under the leadership of Victor Tum, has been very instrumental kufuatilia. So, kindly speak to it shortly, and then I proceed to the next.
So, good morning, everyone. Morning. So, my name is Victor Tum, the chairperson of Haki na Usawa, and I come from Kericho County. Before I go to the Youth Development Bill, I want to add on what my MC has said, that there is an impeachment motion against the governor. And okay. Part of that impeachment motion, our activities have informed the members of County Assembly to draft the impeachment motion. This was in response to a misappropriation of funds in the Londiani issue. There was an accident in Londiani, and after fundraising and initiative to support the victims, money was stolen by the county government officials. So we went to court, and in this petition, and in this impeachment motion, we are inside. Jani tuko ndani kabisa. Number two, on the youth development bill, we've come a long way with the bill. And I want to say asante to Siasa Place for facilitating this process. We did public participation in 15 wards, in addition to what the county government, the county assembly had done. The public pressure from young people, because this bill was shelved multiple times, just because it was proposed by the young people. Majority of them felt that if we pass this bill, because majority of youths who are proposing this bill are future members of county assembly. They have aspiration. So some MCS felt threatened. But I want to say, because of the social media pressure, the bill is now on its third reading. If it was not for this impeachment, I think we will be done. It would have been an act of the government, the Kericho County government as we stand. Okay. Yes.
Asante sana too for the good work. And now we've also been very keen on the National Youth Council elections. And I wish to give Kericho, you know, these people need to know that there's a president in Kericho. a youth president. So the matters of National Youth Council tulianza na majamaa pale Kericho, na where we are now tunaweza sema tunaanza kuona zile matunda. So kindly karibu and speak about it shortly.
Thank you, Jose. Number one, let me thank Siasa Place for bringing us into the limelight. I want to say thank you so much, Nerima, for the good job that you've done, and especially when in the matters of National Youth Council. When Kipchumba Murkomen was the CS, he promised us that we were going to have our elections on March 23rd, I suppose. And when he left the ministry, nothing went on. Until the time when we did a sports dialogue in Kericho County, we had a press briefing, and we called on the government, the CS and also the PS, to continue whatever the minister then Kipchumba Murkomen had begun. And over time, we saw that it was coming into fruition, and I am so happy today that we are going to have, despite the fact that we've not had the dates of the National Youth Council, as we talk today, we have a budget of 164 million for the elections. And again, we also have the structure of the National Youth Council, in that I will just want to speak about it in some few minutes. We are going to have 6 representatives from every ward, that is 3 ladies and 3 men. And then at the sub-county level, we are going to have 1 representative who will be elected by the 6 elected ward representatives. So we'll be having 1 man, one gentleman and 1 lady being representing the rest, the sub-county level. And then now to the Congress, we are going to have 8 of them, and 8 nominated, a total of 16 members, making the entire National Youth Congress. I want to say that, Jose, I want to encourage my colleagues who are here today that let us, they normally say Kappa Diem, let us seize the opportunity. Let us fight for those positions. They are very important for youth advocacy. And one thing I can tell you people, today the reason why I'm the youth president in Kericho County, it's because we came up with the CPO, that is Kericho Youth Bunge Association. We went to election from the ward level. So in our CPO, we have 30 youth representatives, that is elected youth representatives from every ward, and we have 7 nominated youth representatives. And I want to give you an assurance that going into the national youth elections, I am very sure none of them is going to lose, because they have been very vibrant pale ground. They fought to be where they are today. And I want to encourage all of us that the reason why Jose knows very well, we did a sports dialogue at Chemosat Ward, and we had several issues being raised. And I can tell you that most out of around 6 projects that we proposed, out of 6, I think we have 5 being successful. Reason being, they know the power that we have. They know we are the voice of the youth, and they know what we can do. And I can tell you, my colleagues, as we are going to these elections for the new National Youth Council election, kindly let us rise. Let us go for these positions, and tupatane pale mbele. Mungu awabariki sana.
Asante sana. Ni ombi langu kuwa hii budget ya youth kama inaweza kuja haraka kama hii ya Harambee Stars itasaidia sana. So back to you leaders. We've talked about zile success, and now we have the issues that are still in the pipeline. From where you sit, how can we collaborate with these young people to ensure next time we are here or wherever we will be, we'll have more success stories than the issues that are still being resolved. So kindly proceed by responding to that as we proceed to the rest.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is again Samuel Mulepu Baraza from Busia County. From the onset, I want to confirm that in Busia County, we have a very vibrant CBO, CSOs community that are always putting the government on check. So our leaders are always alert that whenever things go wrong, there is someone watching you and they're going to make noise and they will shout loud. And that is why you see some of the success stories. And I hope, Bashir, these are not the only success stories in Busia. There are so many which maybe you have not documented. But I want to confirm that now in Busia, we have a functional unit called the Unit for Handling the Complaints from the Wananchi. We have a complaint register. We have a complaint desk where you can drop your petitions, your complaints. And if you are stuck, Bashir, you have a director handling that unit, called the Director of Public Administration and Complaints Redress. His room is room number 42. In case you are stuck, we are always open. And I want to admit that we have worked closely with the CBOs, the CSOs in Busia. Bashir, you can confirm that. Maybe to respond on the issues that are being raised here, because you have this vibrant CBO and CSOs. For instance, this Nyalandwa dispensary that Bashir had just asked I respond. This is in Butla sub-county in Kingandole ward. This Nyalandwa is in Kingandole ward, Butla sub-county. It is true it's not operational at the moment. Reason being we have the shortage of healthcare workers. But at the moment, the County Public Service Board has advertised for these positions. So they are in the process of recruiting the healthcare workers. So that is the problem why it is not functional, because of the shortage of healthcare workers. So it is one of the issues that the CSOs and the CPOs are making noise about in Busia, and the County Public Service Board is doing something about it. They are in the process of recruiting the healthcare workers. That is that Nyalandwa dispensary. Then you have this one, primary school in Bunyala. I will wish not to respond on this one, because this is a national government function. So we might be accused if we get in of misappropriation of funds, because we have the national government function and the county government function. About this one in Bunyala, this lack of water. A few months ago, the president was in Busia in collaboration with the county government of Busia. They have launched a project called Lowanzoya Water Project, going to sort the issues of water shortage in Bunyala. It has been a problem in Bunyala, lack of water. I think is now the project is ongoing. So this one will solve the issues of water shortage in Bunyala, because they are going to supply this water in the areas of Bunyala and Samia. So it is true there has been a shortage of water in Bunyala, but there is a project called Lowanzoya Water Project that was launched by the president in collaboration with the county government headed by the governor. Okay. Then this one, Ganjala Market, lack of the toilet facilities. Yes. From the noises the CBOs have been making, I can confirm now the toilets are being constructed. If Bashir, you can go there tomorrow. Okay. It is ongoing. The toilets are being constructed. Okay. Yes, this is because of the noise we have been making. So the toilets are being constructed. Very soon they will be launched. Okay. So I want to thank the CBOs we have in Busia. They are really putting us into toes. They have been holding us accountable and pushing us. So I want to welcome you, Bashir, to our office. Our office is room number 42. In case you get stuck anywhere in Busia, I'm always there just to assist you. Our office is room number 42 at the county headquarters. Okay. Asante sana.
Asante sana kiongozi. Needed to the bit of the noises, I would replace it with the constructive engagement that the young people have been doing with the offices. I just want to seek some clarification.
Yes.
Umesema hapa Public Service Board.
Yes.
In the process kuandika madaktari. Hii process itaisha lini? Approximately. Where are they and when are they likely to post someone here? I've been to this facility. Yes.
No, I'll respond. I'll respond.
As a local leader, the information has come from him, and he might be having a hint on when this can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I cannot give the exact date when they're going to conclude this, but I can confirm it's in the process. They have advertised, they have done interviews. So it's just about the issuing of the letters.
So they've done interviews?
They have done interviews already.
So the offer letters?
Just about issuing letters.
Issuing letters.
So I cannot confirm the exact date. Maybe I'll find out from the Public Service Board with Bashir on the exact date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for this one, the initiative was just the other day, and someone kindly,
Director,
kindly,
education. Thank you.
kindly someone
Thank you.
assist here.
Thank you.
Kindly. Pale ulisema kuwa you are in charge of all the functions.
Yeah, we coordinate all the government programs and projects at the county.
So I don't know if we can know roughly timelines, if you have, on this, so that when our teams will be visiting our office, they know the timelines that they'll be working with.
I cannot give the exact timelines. That's what I want to confirm.
Okay.
But I'll be in touch with Bashir. So I'll provide a response on that when I get back to the offices.
Okay.
But the project is ongoing at the moment.
Asante sana. Question: how can your office collaborate with these young people in turning this to the success?
Thank you, Bwana Jose.
Yes.
Nimeona huko na matatizo kuita jina Esther ya pili. It is Eululo.
Ni?
Eululo, not Yulolo. Yes. So, asante. Number one, I want to appreciate Siasa Place. The way Esther said, wakati waliniambia hii maneno ya Siasa Place, and she has what we call limitless talks. Yes, the two, she moves with the two. So, wakati waliniambia mara ya kwanza, na nikaona tena walikuwa wameweka mkutano kwa kanisa yenye mpinzani wangu anaenda ndani. Nikasema Esther anataka kunimaliza mimi. Nikatuma hapo administrator and my right hand man. Lakini wakati walienda hapo, the engagement was good. Wakaeleza wananchi yale wanataka. Then later I embraced the idea. We are working with Esther. Number one, there is a road yenye amesema inatoka mahali wanaita Sachel ikienda mahali wanaita Hisenye Primary. Wakati walinieleza the way she said, I moved the county governor, tukaelewana hiyo njia, it is a success story, imeshajengwa. Akanieleza ile ya mbunge nitakana atengeneze, lakini sasa venye ameeleza mwenyewe, nikasema sasa mbunge kwa sababu amepotelea Nairobi kidogo, sasa tutumie njia ingine. Na yeye akafanya ile maneno yake, wakapanda mandizi, hiyo njia inapita kwa mlango yangu na ni ya national government. Mbunge akadhani mimi ndio nimempandia mandizi, lakini ni Esther. But anyway, eventually hiyo njia inapitika, mbunge ametengeneza, sasa iko sawa sawa. Number 3, what he has not told you, he also prepared and conducted a meeting at the only sub-county hospital that is in Mumias East sub-county, inaitwa Makunga level 4. They also conducted there a meeting ya Siasa Place and limitless talks. Madawa ziko kwa hospitali, madaktari walikuwa wachache, kulikuwa na challenges za maternity. But it's a success story and I'll tell her maybe aende huko so that you'll also kuweka hapa pia nikikuja siku nyingine nione ikiwa kwa picha hapa. Tulitengeneza maternity, iko na 25 beds, maternity, a modern one. Sasa wamama wetu wanafanyia tu pale ile kitu vizuri haraka haraka. Tena tumeweka hapo theater na madaktari pia tumeongeza hapo, courtesy of Siasa Place and Limitless Talks, ile pressure yenye walitupea, so it is a success story. Another day uende uchukue picha uwaletee pia Nelima pia aone kweli unafanya kazi. So on the way we can collaborate, relate, so that we can make our Kakamega County to move forward and to have better service delivery to our people. Personally, Mheshimiwa Walunya, mimi, in the county assembly, we have made up a caucus that is called CANAC. This CANAC, I have partnered CANAC with Transparency International. We are working together. The lead of majority of Kakamega County Assembly, the clerk and the speaker, they have allowed this to be a caucus in the Kakamega County Assembly. We initially partnered with Transparency International. So going forward, I'll tell Esther and my friend Ibrahim, so that we can come together. We also partner with Siasa Place, because we are now a watchdog. In the assembly is a watchdog of the county executive, but in the assembly you have also prepared this caucus specifically. Now if the county assembly relaxes ama inalala kidogo na governor kwa kitanda, now we have this specific caucus inaitwa CANAC, so that we partner with Siasa Place. We become now a watchdog to the county executive. Na essentially, or rather, yenye imewekwa hapo, unajua pia sisi wanasiasa tunavurutanga ile yenye inaenda kwetu. Sijaona yoyote yenye inatoka kwa sub county yangu hapa hivi, and I wouldn't wish to commend whatever is not in my sub county, kwa sababu I may not know currently the status of what is in the other sub counties. But in my sub county, we are doing very well with Esther and Ibrahim, and through this caucus yenye naita CANAC, that I'm a member of it, a founder member of it, I am inviting Siasa Place to come partner with us, so that we become a watchdog to the county government of Kakamega, and we move across the entire county. The way Esther and Ibrahim, they are moving with Siasa Place and their respective CBOs within the entire county of Kakamega, so that we can put pressure on the county executive. We deliver for the people of Kakamega.
Okay.
That is it.
Asante sana kiongozi. From the many things you said, it's somehow you are committing to the open door policy to these young people to reach your office and consult and also contribute to the development within your ward.
Very well.
Asante sana kiongozi.
Thank you.
Kwa kufika. It's a show of love. Kwa wale wasema viongozi wenu ni kama you are hated, eh? Hawa wanatupenda.
Okay. Because it's from the same county.
Okay, karibu.
Thank you very much, Bwana Joseph. As I said earlier, my name is Honorable Timothy Anzetse, member of County Assembly of Kakamega, representing the people of Lushaya Lubini in Mumias East Sub-County. Okay. First of all, I want to appreciate the vision bearer of Siasa Place, because generally politicians and leaders have had an attitude with the young people. But today, coming here with this engagement, I've realized that you people are carrying a very good objective that can sustain and bring development to our society. Number one, you asked a question that how are we going to turn these sad stories into success? For example, in Kakamega, after we were elected, we as elected MCAs, we sat down and prepared a CIDP. So sometimes you can find a project that is in such a situation, either is not on a CIDP, that I elected MCA, I need now to partner with the youths, this team. We need to partner together through constructive engagement, so that we can approach the governor, who's the CEO of the county, so that at least he put that project into special program. Because we cannot implement, he cannot implement that project when it's not in the CIDP. Okay. Then number two, the other projects of the world I've seen here, the unfinished projects. Yes. That one I can tell you, I can assure you, see, we told governor in Kakamega that we want projects to be done by locals, especially the youth. You find maybe at some point, they awarded a youth group a tender, but they lack the capacity to finish the project. So now from today I have learned, for this project to move through constructive engagement with these youth, Siasa Place, fraternity, we shall engage the governor and ask the governor, maybe the executive, if they can allow to pay the contractor a half payment so that he continues the project until he finishes, then the last payment is done when the work is done. I think that's what I can say for this one, because we just asked a question, how do we partner with the Siasa Place to ensure we turn this into a success story? Have I responded?
Yes.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Naona kiongozi hapa anajitayarisha.
Yeah.
Yes.
As I said, mimi ni mwakilishi wodi wa West Kamagak.
Okay.
Natoka hapa Homabay. And you will realize that in the past few days, yes, Homabay is full of beehive activities, okay, courtesy of our governor. We recently, like 2 days ago, we had the Rowan half marathon, and there was activity that the youth were also engaged, over 181 youth from our county who are good on, they call it hackathon, the coding thing. It was happening at Tomboya Labour College. I think those are some of the opportunities that we are going to see as Homabay County. We are hosting the Devolution Conference, and I know some of us, they are here because after today, they are going to proceed to Homabay, where we are going to host the Devolution Conference. I think if we talk about a success story, I'll just say that Homabay County is full of success, because it is a county that when we got elected, in my ward, we only have one ECD, which was constructed by the first regime for over 10 years. That devolution was in existence. But as I speak right now, we are having 6 that had already been constructed and are in use. And come this budget, as from next month, we are going to construct another 6 for each and every county. And I'll say that when we got elected with the governor, we found that for over 10 years they've built less than 20 ECDs, and now we are talking about over 241. That number will increase with this budget. I can see some of our pictures and what the CBOs have been moving, airing the voices of the people and trying to push the government in place to do what they were elected to do. I'm happy about Siasa Place because since inception, we've walked this road together. In my ward, there is a dispensary that has been a thorn in the flesh. And I've received more than 4 letters from Siasa Place, from our youth. They are trying to push us so that we open that dispensary. I will say that the case is the same with Busia County, because when we got elected, we found that there is a shortage with healthcare workers. Even if you go to Rachuonyo, RDH, the level 6, you will realize that we have less than 17 nurses. That is not up to the number that is required worldwide. As we speak, I think the interviews were done, and soon we are going to have nurses, and one of the nurses will be stationed at that dispensary. The dispensary, we got it like this one, What we did is we did a latrine for it, a $4 latrine for it. Since it was constructed in the school, we tried to we partitioned, we did a fencing, we annexed it from the school so that it can have a separate compound. We did a latrine. Right now, we are going to do a small, this financial year, we are going to do some simple renovation because it has stayed for over 10 years since it was constructed, so that when the nurse is there, we have equipments ready that were there, and the watapata services hapo. In my ward, I can say that looking at the CIDP that we had, I only have that dispensary as a stalled project because the market that stalled from 2023-2024, I'm proud to say that the contractor is already at the ground and they are doing that. I saw a road that our youth went and planted banana the other day. I'm happy because I got elected. I got lucky and elected at the age of 35. And I've been also on advocacy. I think we are the people who started the youth policy before the constitution came and removed it. But now, that road is done. What I want to tell the youth, because I'm a senior youth right now, I'm 37, is that the government have seen our voices. They have seen that we are the numbers. They have seen what we are capable of doing. But we have to change tact. We have to strategize because inchi inaendelea. Tunajua tumebakisha mwaka moja tufike kwa kura. Hatutarudi tena kwa hiyo barabara. It is right time for our youth to strategize, to pattern strategy mpya yenye how are we going to occupy this position. Even me standing here, if there is a youth who is better than me, even if there is a youth who is better than the governor, even if there is a youth who is better than the MP, and you are capable to lead our people, time is now for us to strategize on how we can bring these voices on the table. Atusiende tu eti Gen Z barabara kila saa. Washazoea kutupiga, kutuua, kutupiga na tear gas, na system itaendelea. Hiyo bureaucracy itaendelea. So for this 1 year, why can't we go to these school boards? There is a place for youth and disabled women. You will find that even if you go to chief's place, there is a place where the constitution is saying if you have to form this committee, there is a position for the youth, women, and people living able differently. But the youth are not taking those positions so that they can prepare you to other bigger position. So it is time for us as youth. We still have 1 year remaining. Let us get the votes. Let us be interested to fill these positions that are available so that this narrative that we are trying to push with the Gen Z narrative, we put it in action. We don't want to go back to demonstration because washazoea. Watatupiga tear gas, watatupiga miguu, binduki, lakini wao washa strategize kwa 2027. So ni sisi tujue hii 2027, how are we going to occupy these places, ndio hizi voices zetu to change this narrative. And I want to urge Siasa Place when I'm finishing that even though we are pushing the county government to do some of these projects, we should also push the national government to increase the allocation that they are sending to the counties, because this can all be done. Everything that you see the counties doing can all be done when that allocation that is sitting at the national government is increased and being pushed down to the devolved system, so that we can do more classrooms, more health centers, we can do a lot of things. And a take home, before I go sit down, I'm proud that as Day-Homabay County, today we are launching a youth policy that is being launched at Tomboya. In that youth policy, because there was no structure in this county that was defining the roles and how we can give the youth services. We are proud now that we are launching it today, and in that policy, we have a youth development fund that the county is going to allocate the executive come this budget, so that the youth can be given money and they can be given maybe money to come and do the AGPO thing, the contract, the tendering, because that is where the youth are lagging behind. But naweza ambia vijana, saa hii time ni kwa kubadilisha akili, hatutaenda na hao watu kwa barabara tena, hatuendee hizo tear gas, tunataka kuchukua hizo viti zote zenye ziko hapo na tu change hiyo narrative, Kenya iendelee mbele. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana kiongozi, niko tu na swali kama mawili hivi. Ulisema kuna dispensary fulani hapa. Inaitwaje?
Nyandiwa dispensary. It is in the other ward.
Nyandiwa.
Yes.
So it is under your ward?
Yeah, it's under my ward.
Okay. Yeah. And the road that you are talking about that is done?
It is Kawaindi moving to that area.
Ni Kawa?
Kawaindi to Nyandiwa.
To Nyandiwa?
Yes.
So it's done?
It is done.
And working?
Working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be coming back to you guys as we wrap up. There's Umulevu, you talked about soon. And you also talked about soon.
Yes.
So we really want to get your commitment to the soon, now that you're the local leaders, in helping us to arrive to that soon faster. So, kiongozi, niko hapa. So how do your office collaborate with these young people in ensuring that service delivery, like the boards here, they point to lack of value for money, which means there are no services being rendered to the locals. What are these avenues? How do we collaborate with you?
Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Dr. Eric Bet, Watchman, MCA from Kericho County.
Okay.
So I think I will be specific for Kericho County. Like you've seen, we have a number of CBOs, and you've seen that we have a number of projects successful, those which are stalled, and we have a working formula with these young people from Kericho County. First and foremost is that we have an open door policy. All these youth leaders from the CBOs in Kericho County, they can access us directly. And whenever they have issues, we open our offices. I am one of the MCAs who have always been very free to say that I represent the people in Kericho, and therefore, if an issue has been raised, then I offer myself to speak on the floor of the House and bring the issue before my colleague MCAs for budget consideration. A good example is that if you look at this chart here, we have a number of projects. We have this one, like for example, the Kichawir ECD classroom, where we have actually deliberately this financial year, we have put funding to construct a new classroom in Kichawir to ensure that these learners will have a classroom at the end of this financial year. So this is a proposal that was done by this CPO, and right now in the County Assembly, the current budget for this financial year, the approved budget 2025-2026, we have actually factored to have that classroom. Same case to this one for Tembwet and the others as well. So, yeah, this one as well, and even the one, yes, and even the one for Masaita Bridge is also under the Department of Roads, because the area MC for that area we spoke, and he has allocated funding for these particular projects. So through this now, I become the advocate, the champion, to ensure that I'm able to, because I sit in the budget committee where we disperse these funds. So through this now, we're able to say, what do we need to do to ensure that Masaita Bridge is done, or the Tembwet classroom? So what we have done is we need funding. There's land to build the classroom. So what is required is in the ADP, the annual development plan, we have captured rightfully, and therefore we expect most of these projects to be done. So we have become the champion for that. The number two, the Kerenga airstrip actually, which is actually in my ward, is a national government project. And about 2 weeks ago, I was with the CS for transport and roads. And he confirmed to me that the tender was floated, and we have a new contractor coming in very soon. I think by the end of this month, we should be seeing a new runway, because you look at those youths there, they have been there more than once. they have been going to Karenga because about 2 years ago, we had Mashujaa Day in Kericho, and there was a promise that the airstrip was going to be done. Almost 2 years later, nothing has been done. Okay. But I was the CS for transport about 2 weeks ago, and it showed me the budget, the commitment, and therefore this project is going to be done. The other number 2 collaboration we have done with the people of Kericho County is that also we have also invited them to work with our county assembly. Like, for example, they talk about the youth bill. So we made it deliberate that the youth can comfortably come and work with the county assembly staff, the legal team, to draft the bills. So that now, when they do public participation, it will just be formalities because they have done the donkey work at the level of drafting the motion. So we have also made an open door policy whereby now the team can come and sit down with the legal team in the county assembly and have an access to even our offices, the Hansard offices, the legal team, and they're able to come freely without being seen as strangers. Because remember, the county assembly of parliament is seen to be a house where members of the assembly are privileged to be there. But in Kericho County, we have demystified that and said, young people can come in and say, want to go and see the clerk's office, want to go to the library and see the bills which the MCAs are drafting. In Kericho County, we have made sure that that is done. And therefore, these youths here can easily come and to be able to check on that. And even during our live proceedings, we have always given them a priority to be in the public gallery, to be able to see the proceedings, and thereafter do a post-mortem and tell us where areas we need to do. And lastly is that whenever we have functions in our different wards, we organize these youth leaders in Kericho County. For example, whenever there's a program in my ward, before I invite other leaders, I normally recognize the youth leadership, the youth president at the ward level, and they speak before I speak as their MCA. So therefore, they have a chance to also at their own level to advocate for issues and raise before the leaders. A good example is when there is the county governor and the county senator and the senior leaders. So before I invite the member of parliament, I would say before I do that, I will have the youth leadership. So I'll give, for example, to Elkanah, the youth president, to raise those remarks. Or this guy was here. So he will raise the issues here and said, we have raised the issue of Kichawir or the success story which we had highlighted earlier on, the one for Mailine. They will then raise in that platform, and therefore they have a platform to raise before all leaders in Kericho County. So I think those are the things we have done differently, and I think moving forward we will do more to ensure that the voices of the young people and the projects being done are addressed rightfully.
Okay, thank you very much.
And I have 2 of my colleagues joined me from Kericho County.
Yes.
So I don't know, may you have Mheshimiwa Anita and the other Mheshimiwa Hapo.
Okay.
So I think it would be also in addition because they just joined us a while ago.
Yes.
And I think they can also maybe highlight on what I have left out in terms of the question you've asked.
Okay, so actually I was just moving into that. As we prepare, as they introduce themselves, MC kama kuna mtu akona swali, tafadhali kuja karibu, waweze kuuliza swali, na hapa kwa hema pia kama kuna swali, nataka niwapatie nafasi, tuulize, just a few questions, and then I give them the leaders here to give their last remarks, and then we go back to the games. Thank you. No. So you introduce yourself, tell us who you are, and you give your colleague.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Anita Biegon, a member of County Assembly representing a ward called Chemasot, where I know we have our youth president. We come from the same ward. And lucky to be the only woman elected in Kericho County. I sit with these men, 29 of them, and I'm the 30th. So I'm happy to be here. Thanks to Siasa Place for the opportunity to actually come and encourage ourselves. I also want to add that I was lucky to be elected when I was 34 years. I think I'm now 35 or 36. So I'm speaking to you also, maybe a senior youth now at 36. But I want to appreciate the voices that the youth, I think you'll allow me to just read. When I was preparing last night to be here and to talk about dialogue, I came across a note that I want to share with us as youths, and just about dialogue, because dialogue is not just talking, it is listening with intent, respecting every voice, and seeking common grounds. For us to achieve what we want to achieve as counties, we need collaborative, or to have collaborative developments. Leaders, communities, we have the NGOs in place, and these open conversations that I want to applaud Siasa Place for coming in, especially for me in my ward. I want to talk about that. I've checked on projects that we have. I think we have many success stories to share today, thanks to Siasa Place for coming in and highlighting some of the issues that we were struggling when we got into the office in 2022. And I want to mention today that we have been able to actually, I think, finish about 4 or 5 of the items that we had issues with in my ward, in Chemosot ward. And just to remind ourselves today, and as youth, my colleague has mentioned about most of these toll projects being in the budget. And I want to challenge the youth today. Normally we have a 5-year plan in our counties, and we have an annual plan. The most interesting bit for us as youths, a meeting for annual plans and the CIDPs. Most of these things, if they are not captured in a budget, they will not be done. Most of the things we want to see done in our counties, if we are not part of the process, it is going to be a challenge to be achieved. So as we stand today, as we do the good work we are doing as youths, remember, we have to be on the table where the decisions are made. And we cannot get to the table where decisions are made if we are not part of that process. So I want to appreciate this and commit as members of County Assembly that we are working together in this journey, but be part of us. There's a bit I just mentioned because it touched me when we say, for us to grow stronger, dialogue has to turn from my plan to our plan. Because if it is our plan, then it's going to be achieved. So I want to appreciate this opportunity and encourage each of us. I know we have the different offices here. The way my colleague Watchman has mentioned, we always give the youth an opportunity. Let us do it more, because that is where our voices will be respected and they will be considered even in the budgetary allocations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, thank you. All protocols observed. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Irene Langat, nominated member of County Assembly of Kericho. I'm grateful for the invitation to the Siasa Place. I've seen my youth president. I've seen our deputy speaker, who is here also, and of course our one and only elected female member of the County Assembly. I believe that these discussions about the projects in our county will go a long way in solving the problems that are in our counties. I've seen the pictorials that are on this wall, and indeed it is very painful to hear that millions have been put into projects and they are stalling. But thank God, the voices of our youth and the people from our communities, it is going a long way in solving these issues. I've heard Mheshimiwa Eric Bet, Dr. Eric Bet, talked of the Kerenga airstrip. this Karenga airstrip comes from, it lies within my sub-county, that is Belgut. And for a very long time, it has been an issue that is being discussed both in our county and that is online. So, but after the discussion, our youth went every other time they were going to that particular place, and solution has been sought. The minister was there a few days ago, and we know it is going to take shape very soon. This other one, that is the non-operational social dispensary, I can tell you for free, with the dialogue, with our voices, raising our voices, Sociot, it was a health center, but it is becoming a level 4 very soon. It is only my sub-county, that is Belgut, that had no level 4 hospital. But currently, they are working on it. There are so many facilities that are coming up in this sub-county hospital. So it is because of our voices. I am a nominated member of the county assembly, and our main role is to look at matters, women, youth, and persons living with disabilities. And the main challenge we've had, and we've included the youth in pushing for what entails this particular field. For example, we have a CPO that has been registered in our county. It is called Voice for Justice CBO. And they are all of us, the nominated members and the youth. We are looking, is it operational?
Yes, yes.
We are looking into matters, I think your voice, email.
DJ?
So I think we are looking into matters gender-based violence. Kericho County at this century, you can't believe we still have cases of gender-based violence. And indeed, it is at alarming rate. Teenage pregnancies, it is giving us sleepless nights. We are at 15% currently. So we've come up, the voices of these youth, together with the leaders, to fight this vice. It is very paramount. So they have registered a CBO known as Voice of Justice, or for Justice, and it is really working. So we have rape cases. The recent incident is where a 1.5-year-old girl was raped by a 35-year-old man who is a relative. So these people, we have been working together to see that the families get justice. Among other issues, women are being beaten, even the men, but through them, we've had a platform where we can raise such critical issues. So I don't have much to say, but I appreciate the work you are doing. Thank you.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. So hapa inataka wisdom. Huku nje kuna swali. All right. So wacha tuanze huku nje. Yes. So they'll be directed to our panelists here. So I'm kindly asking you guys to take note so that we'll be responding to these questions. Okay, go ahead.
Unfortunately, najua hakuna representative from Mombasa hapo. I come from Mombasa. My good names are Hassan Bangwe Athumani. I am an executive director for Youth for Community Transformation. I also work with the office of my able senator.
Okay.
Mine is not really a question, but I've heard the leaders speak pale. Na wanasema vijana, we don't take part in the budget making process. and even the county planning processes. And I think one of the concerns ambazo tumekuwa nazo kama vijana, in as much as we take part in these processes, there is no proper feedback mechanism. Na ndio inafanya every time tunapiga kelele. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
There's also no much goodwill from them to us. Do they really welcome those comments when we put them across? From these people ambao wamekaa hapa, ask them, how many times have they been profiled in these public participation forums? Akionekana Hassan amekuja, and they normally know. Wakisha kuona umeingia tu hivi watamwambia MC ama the one who is facilitating the meeting, sorry, yule kijana usimpe microphone. Akiongea tu yule, hawa wazee wetu watapotezwa. Most of these county officials don't even adhere to the simplest regulations. We have a PFM Act that has stipulated how the budget circular should look like, but how many times do we even see these people just advertise a public participation forum a day to the event? And the documents are very voluminous, if that is even a word. Yani documents ni kubwa sana. So how do you want me to interact with a document of about 230 pages and at the same time ventilate on it and address the issues that are being discussed by? Even as I say this as a success story for me in Mombasa, out of the advocacy approach that we have used so far, tumekuwa na significant changes, and I'm saying this deliberately because I would also want to encourage us from the CSOs to try a different approach. Because if we just call out the problem without being part of the solution, then hatuendi mahali. For us, Madam was saying pale, Madam, wewe ndio umefanya nikaamka, because you have encouraged us as young people, we take part in public participation. But trust you me, even those documents tukiangalia kwa the annexes, the memorandums we write hata hazikui annexed pale, ionekane Siasa Place walileta memorandum na issues zao zimekuwa addressed kwa hii document. They don't even annex those documents. And even if it is annexed, in most cases you will find that wameiweka tu so that watu wa Siasa Place watafurahi. Ile ADP pale chini ukiangalia tuko pale tulisubmit memorandum. But largely hata zile vitu walijaribu kusema haziko kwa hiyo the entire document. In Mombasa, I am glad our county officials, currently our ADPs tunaletewa templates, sisi ndo tunajaza. Tunasema tunataka miradi fulani, then they go back and look at the CIDP so that they see if those were also projects that were captured in the CIDP. If they are not in the CIDP and their priority needs for the community, what they do, they'll have probably to go to the supplementary budgets. Ambayo pia hapo tuko na shida, hatuonagi supplementary budgets. Tunaona flagship projects nyingi, ukiangalia budget documents hauzioni, there's no history about that project, lakini utaambiwa hii tulifanya na supplementary budgets. Hatuambiwagi hata ni ngapi. So mine was just to encourage us, nyinyi wenye mmekaa hapo, even as you wow us with a lot of good English, with a lot of how progressive you've been in your leadership, lakini you also understand without your goodwill hatuwezi kwenda mahali. Sawa sawa. Kufikia hapo ningependa kusema mengi sana, lakini nimefurahi kuwa hapa. Asante.
Asante sana. Key message there, access to information.
My name is Day-Homabay from Garissa County. I think I just want to echo what you say. What I want to say is, as young people, we are not here to fight you. We are not here to argue with you. We are just telling you, hey, let's collaborate. Hello, we are interested in this. We are coming halfway. Can you meet us our way? It's just unfortunate, like as Gen Zs or as young people, we've been pictured that we are very rough, uneducated, very entitled. And unfortunately, we use that path to get to you because it's easier to come to you that way because that's how you have assumed we are. But we are just saying, like, okay, you guys are in the decision-making table. How about you include us? us. And when we are included, can we also have a voice where we're being listened? We are speaking from a point of, okay, we are the future leader for the long time. Can we be the current leader as well? It's just about, let's collaborate. And let's hear from a point of young people who are interested, not entitled. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mike ikuje huku ndani. Mpatie. Then you bring the mic.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
My name is Talma Marita from Kakamega Voices. I was listening keenly to what MCA representatives from my county were saying. And there is one representative who says he's a member of the County Assembly Representatives Network Against Corruption. And I just wanted to know, since CANAC started, what significant thing have you done, seeing as even the stalled projects are tied to some of the bonus and privileges that are happening in government in terms of allocation? Yes. So I just wanted to know, since CANAC started, what have you done as a County Assembly? Because Kakamega was one of the counties that were profiled. Kakamega County was one of the counties that was spoken to have a high case of corruption, and I think stalled project is squarely tied to things to do with corruption. Thank you.
Asante sana. I think that will go to Mheshimiwa. You've noted that. Thank you. So one more there, then we come here. Hao watu watanifanyia ile kitu ya Gen Z. Si ndio? Sawa.
Good afternoon. I'm Mary Jones from Kisumu County. And my question goes to the Mheshimiwa who talked about the Youth Development Fund. At least when you're talking about the Youth Fund, there should be more clarity on how the money you want us Yes, you want us to access it and how you want us to use it, because you can't be here, I would say conclude or assume that we want to use it for so and so. Like msitumalizie on what we want to use the money for. Nyinyi pia clearly you are having that word there, but the money haionekani. And also on public participation. It's not like mara mingi it always comes kwa every conversation that we youths hatuendi kwa public participation. We go, but our voices are compromised. Why? Unapata representatives wenye wako hapo ni watu wakubwa, and when we want to talk, wanasema ati wachana na hawa Gen Z, ati we are taking only points from ebu acha tupe baba, ebu acha tupe mama, but when a youth wants to speak, it seems like it's a threat. So nyinyi kama hapo mmeka hapo, it's you should link us through with these representatives so that our voices can also be heard. Hatuwezi jidanganya ati tunaenda public participation, but when we sit there, ni kama we are props. Alafu for report purposes pia, no. And also on the last thing, youth empowerment to you maybe look like giving bikes to youths. Gladly in Kisumu County, I'm so proud of our MP Ju. Youth empowerment, kwake some of the things he does, anarudisha watu wenye drop out shule, kama afili kushinda unarudi shule, but huko nje imekuwa tu more of bikes. What about the degree holder? Peane tu kazi kwa hizo ofisi.
Okay. Okay, we are moving forward. We are going to keep it to one question, one person. Utaongea tu. Oh, okay. Mshaanza. Sasa tutulie. So let's keep it short. Just one question, please.
Okay, I'm Faith Awurodero from Beta Sub County. My question goes to the representatives of youth. You said that most of the youths are not in the decision-making table, especially the CIDP. So I wanted to ask this. Which steps do people take to ensure that most of the youths are participating in the decision-making? Because you find so many youths are always on the street, striking, but to some extent, you find them they are striking on something they don't know, and you find so many youths are losing their lives on the street. So I just wanted to know, which step do you people put in control to ensure so many youth are always in the decision-making table to reduce on the loss of their lives?
Okay.
For reference purposes, I come from Meru County. I want to answer Mheshimiwa alisema we have to change strategy. I want to answer him that through Siasa Police we have a project inaitwa Siasa ya ID. But now the problem comes in. Chiefs kwa kusign hizo papers kwa watoto wa age 18 to 24 wanasumbua. Tunataka kuwatuma kwa chiefs kwa sababu nyinyi mnakiti na wao for most of time. Let them relocate our days. Hata kwa wiki day 3. Wanasema kama ni Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Watu wenye wana apply application, let them drop application form so that they can sign. They will make our work easier, na pia nyinyi si mnajua siri ni numbers. So mkitusaidia hawa watoto kurahisisha hii process ya kupata ID, tutawasaidia pia. To Madam Irene from Kericho amesema they working on kumaliza gender-based violence. I just want to ask you, do you have SGBV policy as a county? If you don't have, kindly work with CSOs and others to draft a policy, because it's through policy that you will use to implement Kenya huko na itasaidia kumaliza gender-based violence. We have it in Meru, that's why I'm sharing with you. Thank you so much.
Okay. And ensuring that young people are involved in public participation. So that will be taken by all of you. Okay? So I want to give you a chance to respond to the lady over there. If you can keep it short, I'll appreciate.
Thank you. First of all, let me just finish my responses. On the youth in Kakamega County, and I want to urge my colleagues from other assemblies. In Kakamega Assembly, we have passed a motion whereby we want to involve the youth by having a youth parliament. We have already passed the motion, but when we wanted it to take effect, Gen Z walianza and we couldn't take over. But we have now a youth parliament, and we shall be taking around 3 youth from each and every ward. They will be coming to the assembly. We shall be giving them opportunity to bring their priority areas and needs they discuss in the parliament, the assembly. And then for us now as formal members of parliament, we take up those issues and then we discuss, deliberate upon them, and then we effect them. Number 2, on the issue of ID cards, for example, in my ward, I have now partnered with Huduma Center Kakamega. I'm just collecting resources so that now the Huduma Center guys, they'll be coming in the ward for purposes of birth certificates and registration of IDs. Everything will be done at the same time, and then we just wait for the birth certificate and also the ID cards. We shall be calling the chiefs to be in attendance so that we are not looking for them in their homes and in their offices. So as I respond to my sister there, and I think I saw her in the Canada meeting I was attending. I don't know when I met her, but this is a caucus that is dealing with the issues of corruption. And more specifically, I didn't want to go loud on this one, but it is an issue dealing with corruption, and we usually don't want to expose it. We bring it on board when we already have a dossier that can go around and make people accountable. But just more specifically, currently we are dealing, she said, about corruption. There was an issue raised about Shamahuku Hospital. My sister, you are aware of that. There is the issue of governor's office tea being taken for millions, and also there was an issue with hemp and Madala tea factory. We are preparing a report, and I don't want to go into the nitty-gritties and details of the report before we compile and have a final one, which we can present to the TI and bring it to the public. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go this direction. Yes.
My first question goes to my area MCA, who is my friend.
Okay.
In Lushare, we have a project called Amatsu Muriango. It is one of the biggest projects that the governor is implementing. I wanted to know how far it has gone, because I realized at Lushare, they dug branches to ensure we have water. Surprisingly, the branches were zilizibwa bila pipe zote, and I know the money was used to dig those branches, and also Lushare Health Dispensary, they assured me within 1 week we shall have water, but up to date, we don't have water in that dispensary. Last question, Kuyondwe primary that we have been advocating for, we appreciate the national government. Ministry of Education has already constructed their classes that they assured us. The CDF has already finished their toilet that they assured us. But the county government, we don't have the toilet that we were supposed to construct for the ECD, and we don't have ECD. Thank you very much.
Asante sana kiongozi, tuende Kericho.
Thank you so much. My name is Victor too.
Yes.
So my question is two. Number one, I want to congratulate my area MCA and Honorable Anita Begon.
We agreed on one question.
It is one at a time.
And kindly, let's go direct to the question. Please.
Okay.
Yes.
There was a report from the County Assembly of Kericho that showed that it proved the allegation of the Deputy Governor that 85 million were lost through fictitious payment. My question is, since the advent of devolution, the PMF Act says that the least you can allocate to development is 30%. But 12 years down the line, we've only achieved that ratio twice. The last financial year, we got 24% of the 9 billion that Kericho County received going to development. The rest goes to chai, mandazi, allowance, and the other one. What are you doing as the county assembly to improve on that, to at least raise the development expenditure to 30%? Number two, this week is a devolution conference. When the ad hoc report committee was tabled at the county assembly and the motion and the impeachment motion was brought, the governor called for dissolution of Kericho County. Imagine when the thief was caught, he said, I want everyone to go home. I want to ask you personally, do you think it is worth the Kericho County to be dissolved because of one individual? I want to get an individual response. And lastly,
one,
you will have your day.
Kindly, Tum. Let's go to Nairobi.
Thank you. So I have only.
So you have that.
Goes to all of you.
Okay.
As far as I know the MCA have only 3 roles. That's oversight, legislation, and representation. So I just want to know, what is that thing that you have in fund, what development fund, and what blah, 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 blah. Do you have to implement anything? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Remember, we've been handling these public barazas for the last 3 years. So 60% of the young people that we meet in those public participation, some of them have no knowledge about the structure of governance and the roles of MCAs and MPs. And the same thing I see happening in this discussion. Where we get elected leaders, I know the role of oversighting the project is there. But then we get a lot of young elected leaders now owning these projects for the success of them, kama imefanya vizuri. But then at the point where the project is done shoddily, then we'll get an MCA not owning that project. So my question is, one, I wanted to ask you, because some of you are young people here. Out of the 7 MCAs that are here, or 8, is there anyone here that has sponsored a bill or has tabled a bill, a personal bill, relating to issues of young people? Because he talked well about the youth policies. And if you look at the young people who are here, we are coming from counties where these policies were even enacted, and now they are being, some of them are just there at the shelf. So he's very happy talking about Day-Homabay is now having a youth policy. Some of us in Kisumu, we've had that policy for the last 6 years. If you ask him from Kakamega, they have the same policies. But then what is wrong with these policies? They are not being implemented. If you ask these young people, they are not being implemented and what is there. So I just want to ask you, and this will be personal, nani hapa katikati yenu asha sponsor a bill or a table a bill in the National Assembly, apart from issues of projects, allocating money to this project, just a bill, an individual bill that will sponsor?
Okay, thank you. A bill. 1 minute and 1 question, please.
Yes, it's one minute. Apology for MCA Man of Florida.
The question.
The question is,
yes,
to the MC, Mr. Noah, under that our county assembly, me, I'm coming from Central Ward. The 12 billion for development that the county received every financial year. You know the work of the national government and the work of county government. There are some devolved things. So can you tell the people who are here that this and this have been done by the county government and this and this have been done by the national government? For instance, ukienda town sahi, kuanzia stadium mpaka huko chini, saizi inakonanga because there is stima everywhere. Wanasema Nyawanga is working. So tell us, the things that the governor has been doing with the money for the development, so that we can know.
Okay.
Yes.
So remember, is MCA for East? West, Kamagak. Okay, so you will be able to just to respond to West Kamagak, right?
But this one for the sewer plant,
Okay.
passed it in the assembly. I wanted to ask him, but we said one question.
Yes. So for the guys, as we wrap up this, kwa wale Mike haitawafikia, unaweza tuma swali 0702 558797 0702 55 8797, utaweza kujibiwa. Asante.
Yes, in less than half of a minute. For the record, I'm Kevin Kibore from Kilimani CBO Wasingishu.
Yes.
I want us to kindly interrogate the members of County Assembly on the Facility Improvement Fund Act that is in place in all these dispensaries that have been mentioned, whether they are aware of it and the power of it unlocking the statements that I've just seen here. So I don't know whether they are well aware of the Facility Improvement Fund and whether they can tell us how much aware the FIFA. So how much do they know of it and how is it going to help them unlock this? Because 60 or 70% of the problems I've seen here on health can be unlocked by FIFA Act.
Okay. So guys, I'm heading towards concluding this. Yes.
Thank you very much. My name is Isaiah Muro.
Or we increase the time. All right. So the last question, then I give you to respond. Okay.
My question is Bunny. For the record purposes,
We'll
my name
pour a
is
bit of water. Yes.
Specifically, I want to ask you a question. You mentioned the Kawaindi Nyambori Road.
Yes.
You mentioned it is done. I just wanted to know, for the purpose of records, was it maraming and grading or just grading? Two, you know, Ugis is a municipal, and part of it is in your ward, right? And if you walk in Ugis, the street lights are not working. Gikachalo tit to Nyawanga tiyo. I want to know the plans that you guys are having on it. And two, issues of garbage. Oyugis Municipal does not have a dumping site. What are we going to do about it?
Okay. Let me begin with MCA West Kamagak.
Thank you so much. And that is a good feedback. Allow me go straight to the street lights. First of all, you realize that it was done by Kenya, the highway, and that is what they did. We've raised the issue with the governor 2 weeks ago, and I think they are going to work on the places that we don't have lights. You should know that this municipality thing, it came 2 years ago. This is when we are trying to get some funding so that we can work on the waste collection, management, and a dump site. As we speak in this budget, in this year's budget, we have a location for the Ugis municipality to acquire land for the dump site. As we speak, we also know that there is a dump site where the county government is leasing and is where they're dumping those garbages. So, all in all, municipality is still young. We did it last 2 years ago, and there is some resources that are still lacking, and it is coming. It's coming up, and vitu zitabig. Otherwise, you are free to go ask the municipality guys what they are doing, because for us, we do for them budgeting, we allocate for them money, so we should also put them to task. Some of the things yenye tulifanya, municipality inafanya. The offices are open, and I would ask the youth also to go there and ask these hard questions. Pali kuna issue, you can come to us, then we see how we can push the executive. Otherwise, municipality lazima mpeleke mbio ndio wafanye hizi vitu tu. Allocation iko na wako na kila kitu wanaweza fanya. Hata street light wanafaa wafanye. I think we gave them 2 million. I'm glad that kuna question nilisikia about IDs, that Cesar Place is doing something with the IDs. I'm free. Hata kama Monday tunaweza anza kwa ward yangu, tuone venye hao mayouth wanaweza letewa hizo IDs, wakuje wasign kwa chief place moja. I can bring these people from Huduma Center to my ward. I facilitate as always, as I always do, so that we sign them. Kama chief amekaa hapo na mpatia lunch, hiyo maneno ya ID zinaenda Nairobi, wanaenda na union. Hata Monday mkitaka, I'll do it. Kuna vitu zingine hakuna haja tuongee. Monday mkikuja tunaweza fanya. Youth Fund, Gen Z alisema wataki tuwamalizie, tuwapatie hiyo fund, alafu wao ndio wajimalizie. What is there, it is a grant that will come to help our youth. There is a structure, a clear structure from that policy, and there is an act that is going to come. The issue from Kisumu is that implementation. Hatuwezi achia MCA implementation peke yake. Sasa Siasa Place, we have Shoko partners that the county government is working with to formulate these policies. Ni yao wakishafika pale imeshakuwa formulated, wameacha hiyo project hapo au wafuatilie. We are free now as Homabay youth to go to executive and ask hard questions. This was passed, it was launched, when is it working, and how is it helping a youth from West Kamagak ward? You are free to come to my office after this launch, so that we know how that can help our youth. Lakini najua the government in place ya Honorable Wanga aliahidi watu wa bodaboda pesa, ilikuja. Sasa hii tulishatengenezea wamama pesa, inakuja. Youth Fund tumeshaeka, najua itakuja juu governor ni mtendakazi. Another thing on young people, how young people are involved in public participation. I think when we came up, we found that we also lacked a policy, a clear guideline in as Homabay County that is going to bring inclusivity during public participation. And as an assembly, we passed a policy and act on this that need to be implemented so that we can add the voices of the young people. It is upon now the youth to go ask the art question. This public policy bill was there. How is it helping us? And how can we engage with the county assembly? Otherwise, sisi kama county assembly, wakati tunafanya participation ya bill yoyote, we normally bring youth from our ward, each ward, the 40 wards, ifike hapo. Kuna maswali nilisikia akiuliza about what the county government is doing and the national government is doing. My friend, you should know, as a county government, resources zinatoka kwa partners, exchequer na mtu yoyote mwenye amekubali, kama hata ni Shofco, kama hata ni Siasa Place, work with the county government. Whatever is being done in that Homabay, what you should know, you know the projects that the county government is doing and has mandate, and you know you yourself the projects that are being undertaken by the national government, because they partner with the county government. Issue ni, we didn't have a 2-road highway in Homabay County, and it is there. The reason and what we should know is that the government in place, ile ingine yenye ilikuwa haingefanya ifanyike. Sasa hii sisi mlituweka imefanyika, whether imefanywa na America, World Bank, ujue Homabay is changing. Maendeleo ni tuweke mbele na tuweke mbele, hakuna siasa. Hizo zote zinafanyika under the current county government led by Honorable Gladys Atieno Nyasuna Wanga.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, just one, then I get to the leaders. As you respond, you give your closing remarks. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate.
Karibu.
My question is directed to the MC of Homabay.
Yes.
As part of interactions, you see the T-shirt is saying strengthening the power of youth voices. And as I was interacting with the youths of this county, they are seemed ni kama wamewekwa baridi. They cannot interact freely of the questions we were asking. So even right now, you have just acknowledged your governor, Madam Gladys. The devolution conference is coming in this county. How are these youths being devolved? Because if they cannot freely speak of issues from peer to peer, how they will ever be devolved? I can just give my congratulations to him, because he is the only one in this crowd. Even if you pull one youth from the crowd, come and speak in the camera, they will not, because of the, I don't know what is happening in this county. What is happening in this county?
Okay, thank you. You know you forgive me.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
If you let me just come front. My name is Deborah Kajo. I'm an aspirant 2027 for MCA seat West Kamagak Ward. I'm the only lady that Mheshimiwa Billy is going to hand over the office keys to. I'm very happy because I'm a success story from Siasa Place. I joined Siasa Place in 2022 as a civic champion for Homabay County. So all the empowerment programs that we have been doing throughout the county, and especially West Kamagak Ward where I reside in, has greatly helped me to be where I am, to be courageous, and to face my former boss, whom I worked with for 2 good years, then I stepped aside.
Okay.
So under the advocacy and a Siasa Place,
yes,
as Deborah Kajo, I managed to bring up a rescue center for Rachuonyo South Sub-County, because we had so many cases of defilement, rape cases, and the perpetrators were being favored by the system. The system, I mean the chiefs, the judiciary, the local police. So we thought it wise that our watoto wakikuwa defiled and the perpetrator anarudi kwa community, unapata anaambiwa nimekudefile lakini hakuna mahali utanipeleka. But we walked, tulitembea kwa all these politicians, nobody nobody was able to come forth for these people. It forced me as a civic champion, under the guidance of Siasa Place, to look for this foundation called Community Day Foundation. And by good luck, we have set up a rescue center inside the police station, or UG's police station. So, as a civic champion, I think our youth voices must be heard in caps. They must be heard. Because hakuna haja tukue hapa tukiongea. We keep talking ear in, ear out. But if there is no action, hatutakuwa na change. So as youths, we need to come out courageously. However much unakuwa intimidated, but believe in yourself. Believe in where you are going. At the end of the day, ile change tunataka lazima itakuja. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. So I want to take this and I'll go to it. The person is asking, why do you people run away once you are elected? Okay? It's a direct question. It's a text. Tulipeana number. Mtu akauliza. So in your closing remarks, kindly respond to that.
Okay, thank you. So I think there is one question
Yes.
that was directed to me on whether or not we have a policy or a bill in our county governing issues gender-based violence. And the answer is we are working on it. We have two bills that are running currently, the youth bill and the gender bill. So the youth felt that they should be having one that is directed to the youth and the matters are seen in that particular bill. So we are working on it. There are three quarters underway, 3 quarters. So it is underway. There is also an issue of the issue of revenue. Not revenue, but the fact that much of our money that is to the county is spent on recurrent, and the person who has the youth from Chemosot, I think the only remedy is to increase the revenue basis. So thank you.
Okay. So asante sana. Mheshimiwa, include your commitment to working on such issues with these young people as you conclude.
Thank you so much. I think allow me to also respond. I mentioned about public participation, especially on our youth, and I think most of us talked about it because it's a concern. And where I was coming from, and the reason why I've always pushed for the youth to show up in those public participation, and especially I want to speak about Kericho. When we got into office in Kericho, and especially myself, I realized that we do a lot of developments, building roads, building hospitals, building schools. But if you look at all those developments, there's nothing that touches on the youth. And along the way, as a county, we created a line item, we call it empowerment. And the reason why we created that line item in our budget for empowerment was to do something that touches directly on the youth. Because if I build a road, and our youth have nothing to earn an income, it's still the same. It doesn't make a difference to our lives. And I've always told the people that I represent that if I build roads in the entire world, and you still don't have empowerment in terms of economic aspect, nothing will change in your home. If you are poor, you're still poor. Even with a Maram road, at a barabara ya lami, it doesn't change your life. So as county government, that line item of empowerment, we wanted to sit down and ask ourselves, what is this that we can introduce to the youth? We have the youth enterprise someone mentioned. We have a revolving fund in our county that was meant to also support the women and the youth enterprises. When we're doing our budgets, I would want to appreciate one of our wards in Kericho County. is mostly focused in empowerment. You see the MCA buying tents, you see empowering small businesses, but still it is an encouragement to, I know most of us as MCAs, as we do the development budgets, what is this that goes into the youth? That is why I want the youth to be part of this journey, so that as we allocate, every ward in Kericho, sometimes we allocate around 40 million per ward, 35, 32 million, depending on the revenues and all that. But if you look at that budget today, mostly will go to roads. A big percentage will go to roads, schools and other things. But where is a budget that you as a youth today, you can stand and say, I saw you allocated, Mheshimiwa Anita, you allocated 10 million to empowerment. What are we doing with that 10 million? That is something we look forward to, working with the young people to actually support them in that aspect. Lastly, I know my friend talked about why we've not achieved the development percentage. I know we, as Kericho, 2 years ago we were struggling with collecting revenue. But as we stand today, we have a success story after managing our system of collection, automating our collection and revenue system, that today we know that we are going to achieve our targets in terms of the revenue, because that is what goes into development. When we don't meet our target revenues allocations, we miss on development, and that has been a challenge. But today, we have something to share, because the last financial year, we were able to meet our target, and we know we're even going to surpass. We gave ourselves a target of 1 billion this financial year, and we are certain with the support we've given the revenue department that we'll be able to achieve. Lastly, my friend, I know he talked about what is happening in Kericho County with the dissolution of county government, and it prompted me to look into what happens, or what are some of the things that can contribute to county dissolutions, which we know it's a legal process, but when I was looking at what are some of the things to look into, I came across something on the aspect of financial impropriety, where if a county is found to be engaging in financial mismanagement, including misuse of public funds or corruption, it can be grounds for dissolution. I think I'll leave at that. We from Kericho understand better where we are coming from. Others, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mulebu.
Thank you so much. I know most of the questions were directed to the elected leaders. I do understand it's maybe because of the question you raised, why you are not close to people after the elections. I think that is happening all over. However, I want to respond to the question from this young man from Mombasa. He asked about how do we involve the youth in public participation. I want to mention about Busia, how we do our public participation. Initially, we used to centralize our public participation at the county headquarters, and we realized it was wrong. And from the advice from the CSOs, the CBOs, we decided to develop our public participation to the 35 wards in the Busia County. And before we carry this public participation, we normally do advertisements on the local dailies, on the radios, road shows that we are having a public participation on this day. Apart from advertising those public participation on the dailies, we normally also do so, they send the invites to the leadership of various groups, the youths, the disabled people, women groups, that we are having a public participation on this day, from this time at this venue. So we do invite the youth through their leadership. So that was what we do in Busia. On my closing remarks, in my opening remarks, I said I've been encouraged by the happenings in Kenya for the past 2 years. I've seen the youths of Kenya protesting, demonstrating, making noise. That is not enough for the youths. I want to encourage the youths who are here, please go register as voters. Go register as voters. Don't just make noise, don't just protest, don't just demonstrate. I'll be watching closely the 2027 election because you have made your voices loud that you demand for good leadership. And I like your 3 slogans, that you are partless, that one I want to agree. And I'll be watching how you're going to vote in terms of the party. You also say that you are tribeless, that one I agree. But on the point that you are leaderless, I want to disagree. I think by now, as a youth of the Kenya, you must have made your mind the kind of the president you want for our country, Kenya, the governor you want for your country, the MCA, the women rep. So that is where I disagree with the youth. At the moment, you must be having a leader in the mind. And lastly, yesterday, I think you'll give there were 2 young men. I think a lady from Kisumu, she gave us a spoken word. I've seen her around. And a very young man dressed in a very smart suit. I've also seen him. He was seated somewhere there. He gave us, this is the young man I'm talking about. Please give him a chance again to give us the spoken word. He has a very strong message for the youth of this country. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless Kenya.
Asante sana. Mheshimiwa, karibu.
Thank you. Once more, I'm Mheshimiwa Peter. But first of all,
iko sawa.
Once more, let me, this is a gentleman from Kisumu, I think. He asked about a question on F5, I think so. Yeah, in Kakamega, on the issue of F5, we have actually enforced a policy whereby on the issue of F5, all 30% of those monies, 30% of those monies, they go to procuring and purchasing of drugs. That is essentially, it deals with the issue of lack of drugs and actually medicine from the facilities. That is on the issue of F5. On the remaining 70% of the monies, actually it depends on respective boards of those facilities to make sure there are better planning for the other activities in improving the respective facilities. That is what we do. Kakamega, we have had challenges of drugs in the hospitals, but that one has been now cured. On the other issue, but I can say also the youth can come hand in hand and join us so that we are making noises to these members of parliament. This issue of SHA, you see, it is just prudent enough that the way we used to pay for NHIF monthly payments, also SHA, there is a provision that now have made us to be paying for the yearly, in as much as there is a mdogo through this issue of Hustler Fund. That one, our mamas and wazee, they are finding a challenge with it, and unless as members of county assemblies, you join us as youth, we make noise to these members of parliament because it rests with them to make those amendments to those sections of the law so that we can return back, or rather revert back to monthly payments. Otherwise, we are doing an injustice to our old mamas and wazes. As I finish,
yes.
Niongeze kwa sauti. As I finish, ulisema tueleze mbona tunatoroka wananchi. Ni ukweli, waheshimiwa, more specifically wabunge, they sit in Nairobi there. They go for the entire week. They only come back on Saturdays for 1 day. In the evening, they are back there. For the members of county assemblies, I will admit, unajua mwanaume ukubali kitu ni ngumu, but I will admit, most of us, not just some, most of us, they will run from their homes so that waende waishi town. Na town yenye unaishi, rent yenye unalipa ni mingi kuliko transport yenye ungeenda nyumbani. So they usually I'll admit they usually tend to run away from home because number one, matanga imekuwa responsibility yao. They have now deviated the public. It doesn't have sensitization on what is our roles. Rather than legislation oversight and representation, they have now given us additional work. Matanga, school fees, kwenda kanisa kuchangisha, and all those manner of things. They understand that is our work. That is why members of county assembly will tend now to go in towns where their county assemblies are stationed. But we need sensitization, and we call upon Siasa Place. We be moving in our counties. We sensitize our people that this is not the work of MCA. The work of the MCAs are this one, this one, this one. Because we are not telling them our work, that is why we are running away from these responsibilities, which are not our responsibilities. They are just social responsibilities, but it is not mandatory. But because the members of the public do not understand this, that's why members of county assemblies, most of them will tend to now relocate, run away from the electorates, and go and stay in town. So that is what is happening, why members of county assemblies will tend to run away from their homes. But not all of them. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Madam Nelima, my brother, and the entire team of Siasa Place, I want to appreciate you for extending an invite to me to come and share with you, hear your voices. I know as we partner together, we are going to make our counties and Kenya to go far. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. I wish all the participating teams all the best. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. So Mheshimiwa, you'll add into your commitment to the soon that you talked about, the dispensary.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, nitawakaribisha tena kwa Devolution Conference as a host. Ulisema how are these youth devolved? We had pre-devolution activities, and there is where the youth were engaged from each ward. Chenye unafaa ujue, hatuwezi engage youth wote wa ward zote. Sahii uko hapa na kuna youth wengine wa West Kamaga wako kwa launch ya youth development policy. So that one is what we should accept. But what I know is that it is all inclusive and everyone is invited. We are hosting it for the first time, and I know we won't be able to host it for over 40 years to come. I'll not say anything about MCA kupotea because mimi najiongelea. I'm an MCA, siwezi sema eti tunapotea na siwezi kubali. Because me, tangu nichaguliwe, naishi Oyugis, napita Oyugis kila siku nikienda Homabay, nikirudi, sijaiishi mahali ingine. So that is it, and I'm proud that given youth a chance in my office. Some of them now you can see they are capable, they are able. Wajafinywa, anaweza simama aseme anasma na tunamsupport. Because mimi pia sitaka kwa hii kiti milele na milele. Lazima mtu mwingine akuje afa, lakini ofisi nilijenga ni mpya, bado sifungui, nitaifungua 2027, nimeifunga. I want to say that this issue of Nyandiwa dispensary, yes, it is a thorn in my flesh, not these people's flesh. I've pushed the governor mpaka akatoa executive order so that it be open. And I say that soon, before November, we will have that facility up and running. The only issue she asked me to tell the people is that they are done with the interviews, they are doing staffing, and once we get that staff, the facility will be up and running. And I thank Siasa Place. I wish that we can partner with you more so that these voices are able to be channeled to the right places. Siasa Place mimi sijapotea. Tulianza nikichaguliwa, nikiingia kwa ofisi. I've been working with you this road We've been there, ndio maana mwezi sema nimepotea. However busy we are today, I was in Homabay in the morning, nimekuja nikutane na wale mayouth wangu wote wenye tumekuwa nao kwa hii siasa place. FIF, sisi we give facility 60%. It is being retained at the facility. 40% is the one going to the executive. Tulisharudi tukaangalia changamoto gani iko nayo, kwa sababu watu walikuwa wanasema hakuna madawa. I'm lucky enough to be sitting in that health committee and we've done a lot. Now nadhani those challenges, we sat down with the executive as the county assembly health committee mpaka tukajua ni shida gani, ndio na tuliweka FIF. Watu bado wanalia kuna madawa, and I can say that everything is in order. Hospital challenges ziko ni kidogo, but lakini as we are elected, we have to find solution for each and every challenge that we are facing. The road, if it was being marred and maintenance, we are going to do the road afresh. But for now, we did maintenance, ikuwe possible, because haikuwa in good condition. As we speak now, they are doing evaluation of that road. We do it once and for all. Otherwise, asanteni kwa wageni, kesho tukutane Homabay County.
Oh, okay. So wale viongozi wenye wamekuwa hapa, kuna t-shirts naona wa Mumias. I think we can have one given to him. Yes, kindly.
Okay, sure. Thank you. First of all, I would like to respond to 3 questions that have been asked by a member of the public who is also in charge of the CBO, Bwana Ibrahim. He asked me 3 questions. I'll respond to those one first, then came to the general comments as my last or parting shot.
Yes.
Question number 1, we talked of the last mile connectivity call in our terms there, I understand actually after we engaged the contractor, he did the work very well, but there were some pipes that were vandalized by the member of the public because the project had not been handed over to the county government. So we followed keenly, the pipes are already installed, and now the water is running right now. Number 2 was health center, there is no water. There's water in health center Lushare, only that the police living around, they are sharing with the patients, so the bill goes up. So oftentimes, we've had high price, the bills have been hiking all the time. So whenever we go there, sometimes the rural water community come there and disconnect the water, but we are in communication with them. We want to ensure that that problem is sorted out, because now we are moving the police officers from the premises of the hospital. They have already established their own hostels. Lastly, the question was about we want ECD. I understand youth also need to know, all the youth in the country need to know the functions of county governments and functions of the national government. So I remember several months ago, we had a collapsed toilet where the school was to be closed. Now CDF came in and built one toilet. At least it allowed the school to continue with the services. About the ECD lacking in the school, you know, the ECD is in Huondo Primary, it is in CIDP, County Integrated Development Plan. But now, these things cannot be done at once. We do it concurrently. So it will come, it may come now or later, but it's in the budget. Lastly, you talked of the youth policy. In Kakamega, we are implementing that. And I will ask all the counties to come and benchmark in Kakamega. Because actually, through Youth Fund, we have ensured that we have Governor's Cup, where all the youth are engaged for games, various games, especially football, and they are given some awards, good ones. Then also we have youth empowerment programs that we are employing 50 youths in every ward, and they get some small amount as a token or a payment that can sustain their lives if they continue. What I want to encourage the youth is this. We have a lot of opportunities on county government and national government. I want you, if you are here and you are learning, you see an opportunity, grab it. If it is a tender, you make ensure you have a company that can help you apply for that job. Then also youth employment, there are places they advertise youth employment. Don't wait until you are told. You know, an MCA will not come for you to tell you that they have applied this, they have advertised this. It is you to keep on checking the websites to know what can I do, what's advertised, then you can grab. Because in this world, it is survival for the fittest. I'm Jambo. You must be alert to know what has been advertised, then you go for it. Then you come for me for lobbying, I will help you to know how you can get that one. Tunaelewana hapo? Yes. Mwisho kabisa, kuna ile imeulizwa, why MCAs are running away? Literally, I can assure you, MCAs, the issue, I want to appreciate also our guy here, Ibrahim from my ward. Ibrahim is advocating for youth not getting money. He tells them, don't go to MCAs or politicians to beg for handouts. Because that one has killed young leaders. You will be a very good, you can be a very good leader who was aspiring to be MCA and member of parliament or even the president. But now because the handout element, it has killed the vision of so many youth because kila mtu anakuambia, okay, umetuongelesha, tupange laini. Hiyo ndio kitu ya kwanza inafanya watu wengi drag ground. Two, the pressure ile tuko nayo na wananchi. We understand the role of MCS, there are 3. But now, we cannot avoid serving the community. When someone comes to you and he tells you that, you know, my son is sick, I have a fee balance, my son has been kicked out of school, so we have an obligation to ensure that child goes back to school. Those who are called to serve, they stay at home to serve their people. But those who are hirelings, who just went there to pass time and get the salary, you don't make them in their homes. But for me, I'm a good example because you've seen, I've followed my team from all the way from Umias to come and see them participate in this event. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Lastly, let's have Mheshimiwa.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I'll go straight to the remaining questions because most has been answered. I'll begin with the one answered for Kericho, the one for 30% development, which we have not achieved for the last couple of years. And this is devolution, we've only achieved twice. So I think my answer is that the only solution to that is that we are working to raise the revenue because you cannot fire people you've employed. So the wage bill is high. So right now in Kericho we're proposing to go for higher revenue, and we have a new staff that we had last financial year, and this is something we need to work on to ensure that in the near future we will even have up to 40% for development. And number 2 is the third issue of the salary in the county, and I just want to say that for that one we learned from history. Since devolution, there have been a number of governors who have also written to the president for the solution, and they have all failed. Martin Wambora tried, he failed. Kivuta Kibwana tried, he failed. Even the latest Kawira Mwangasa tried writing to the president for the solution. So I think it's a more difficult route to take. But let's wait and see. On Friday, we shall have our date with the governor, and that issue will be dealt with. Then number 3 is the issue of ID for the young people, which has been mentioned here. And I like what you say that we need to help more. And I think all of us here need to commit and say that we need to ensure that if our chiefs, because our chiefs mirror what the MCs do. Because like myself, I have about 3 locations in my ward, and therefore it's just to organize, ensure that we have an easy way for our youth to get the IDs, and ultimately they get the voters card, which is which speaks to our hearts as politicians, because when you have numbers, you're assured of your next move in the next election. And then the last issue is the issue of feedback, which has been mentioned here, that why do leaders, why do we do things and we don't seem to be giving feedback? And that's a thorny issue which most leaders have failed, and I think we need to do more. Maybe I'll answer that in my own small way as a leader. Actually, I have a CPO under my name, and this CPO is basically to give feedback. It's called Julisha CPO. This CPO I began in the year 2018, soon after I was elected in 2017, And this CB of mine is basically to give feedback on what I do in the county. And I can tell you that with that alone, it has made me to be more visible, and most of the issues that are being happening in my ward, I'm able to pass. For example, just this morning, I was distributing free avocado seedlings to my farmers in my ward, and all I had to do was to go to my system and inform them that they need to avail themselves in a particular area. And as we speak now, my office members plus the chief are giving out those avocado seedlings to the members of the public. And I was doing it just by the click of a mouse from where I sit here in the Yugis. And they're able to get that, and I'm getting good feedback from the ground. So I think all leaders must devise ways of getting feedback to ensure that whatever you do, at least people know where you've gone wrong. I can say comfortably that the things we promise as politicians, not all the things we're able to do. For example, my colleague Mheshimiwa Anita, who is a first-time MP, and Irene, will tell you probably by this time, she knows that by the end of this term, there are things she told her residents which she can't be able to achieve because of budget constraints or things beyond her control. So what she needs to do is ensure that, go back and tell the people, out of the things I mentioned, I'm able to achieve this. For this one, I need more, maybe another term or more of this so that I can be able to achieve. If we do that, I think this country will change for the better. Otherwise, we commit to support the work with Siasa Place and ensure that the advocacy issues affecting our counties and beyond are addressed over and over again. And I want to invite all of you that engage us, the leaders who have elected us into offices, come to offices, knock. If you don't open the door, funjeni mulango.
So, to our leaders, we say, we say thank you, okay? To you guys, right? You sat here, mmeketi hapa, najua wengine, okay, nisiseme hiyo. To you guys, asanteni sana. So for the leaders, tuko na some nice t-shirts here.